Hey y'all, it's Wildcat6305 coming to you from Ike's Treehouse outside of Atlanta, Georgia. And just going to have a quick channel update, show you what's been going on in the treehouse. So right now, I still have my Global War game set up, what I'm calling my Automa 2. And so, so I'm about to start uh, July 39. So we're about to go in July 39. Just kind of in retrospect to where I am in the gameplay if you're watching those videos. But in the meantime, while I've been playing, I've got a lot of little things that I've been tweaking. I can't stop customizing and finding different things to do while I'm playing the game. So I'd find a different project, and then next thing I know, I stop playing the game and start going off on a rabbit hole. But so one thing, just kind of to take a quick spin around the game room here. And so since I have Global War, and I actually have a couple of extra copies of Axis and Allies. So this is my box of Axis and Allies, of my Axis and Allies games. And I actually have two other copies that I play out of. These, I got all of this in a set on eBay back in, or all, I got all these in a set on eBay last year. The 42 second edition, and then of course Europe and Pacific in 1914. I didn't have 1914, felt like I wanted it, and I ended up getting it on the 100th anniversary of the end of World War One. So I'm calling this my World War One anniversary edition because I got it on the 100th anniversary. But yeah, so got all those. Those are what I have sitting right there. But then I have my TV set up. So while I'm in here playing games, especially right now Saturday in the fall, I can either watch a movie or Netflix, or I can have football on and watching football while I play a game. And then since I have a couple of copies of G40, I took one map. I was like, what am I going to do with this? And so I just went and got some of those command strips for pictures and just hung them up on the wall and just put it up on the wall. So I felt like it kind of makes a nice little ambiance to the room here. And then, in addition to, because I have War of the Ring, and I'm a fantasy nerd as well, so I have my Lord of the Rings Risk hung up over here on the corner. So that one's just kind of a placeholder until I figure out what else I'm going to do. But that's kind of the ambiance of what I've done to set up and change things differently. And of course, I have that chair on that side, and I have a bar stool on this side. So typically on the south side of the table, I keep my allies, and then on the north side of the table, I keep all my Axis and Comintern on that side. It just feels like most of the time you're needing to be on this side of the board with them anyways. So, and then of course I got all my IPP, all my cup holders and IPPs and production board over here, and then kind of the common, like all my poker chips over on that side, and some extra dice and my poker chips for my money. And then right here I keep these little handy drawers full of all the other little odds and ends tokens that you need to use. So these are all kind of like the unit based ones, and then these are kind of more or less the facility based tokens here. So I have all those close at hand. Oh, and then of course I have this little shelf over here that I have set up as my rules podium. So this is all the base rules and expansions that I play with. So I'll go flip through that about 1,000 times a turn, and then I have this little light shining down on it too. So makes very makes it nice. And then this is the other thing I add to this light right here. I got it from Harbor Freight, and so right now it's daylight, and so I have light coming in from the window, and it doesn't really make a big difference. But at nighttime, it does really well. So, but I'll just leave it on for this game, or well, I'll leave it on for the rest of this. But yeah, so the other thing that I've done, that I've started doing, I'm kind of in the middle of this project, but I started painting, spray painting and weathering my units. So I started out with my Germans, and so this is my Afrika Korps that I did, and I'll probably do a separate video just kind of going in detail about the differences, but just for compare and contrast here, you can see the difference. So this is going to be my new color for Germany now. This is let's say I got this paint. So all my paints, just full disclosure, are either from Lowe's or Home Depot. So if you go to Lowe's, they sell Krylon. If you go to Home Depot, they sell Rust-Oleum. So this color is actually Krylon, and it's an otter satin brown. And so this is what all my base German pieces are going to be painted in. And just for comparison, this is a out of box German piece, just the normal black color that it comes in. And like I said, I'll do a separate video because I'm going to do a video showing like each of the nations that I played with, or each of the nations as I do it. But it's going to be a while before that series comes out, I guess, because I started doing this mid game and I realized, yes, I can do this with half the pieces on the board, but it'd probably be easier if I just wait for me to finish playing this game. So I'm going to finish out the Germans and get these done, and then I'm just going to pause it for that. But yeah, so I did the Sired Blood method, and same method GI Joe uses of spray painting, and then after spray painting, weathering them in polyurethane stain to give them a weathered look. So the Afrika Korps pieces, I used a Rust-Oleum. It's like a metallic gold that I used them in. So they came out a little more glittery than I thought they were going to be. But by the time I put the polyurethane on them, I felt like it turned out what I was aiming for here. And so like you can see the details on the Hummel here of like back down in there. You can really see it a lot better. I mean, when you compare these two side by side, this one just kind of looks dark, whereas this one you can see there's stowage inside the tank. And then looking at the tracks and all that kind of stuff, you can really see the tracks just pop out better with the new paint and the new polyurethane on there. So I'm probably going to do a separate video just kind of going over all of this, of the Germans specifically. I got it set up for that, so I just want to go ahead and show that. Oh, and I need to get my Spanish nationalist set up too for that video. So you can see I did my Spanish nationalist as well. So I kind of took the opportunity in doing this. It allowed me to reallocate some of the pieces to different nations. All right, so my video cut off there, and I just kept talking. Didn't realize it cut off. So uh, I was talking about the Spanish nationalists and being able to move stuff around. But the other thing that I've done here is I've had marshalling boards for a long time that I've made. These, this is just project board, and I think I made this in like PowerPoint or Publisher or something like that. And then I just have the corresponding, uh, little washer here with a sticker on it that corresponds to that. And then I have a couple different sizes. And then I also have like some of like your card suits that I made too, and just something kind of fun. But what I did here recently, uh, so in my trays, so the trays I use, you can get these at Walmart, and these are just the fishing trays that you can use like Plano, and they come with these little clear plastic pieces. Well, it comes with more than what I need, so I have just a bag full of these, and you can see I have some over here. Just a bag full of these of different sizes because they come in different sizes for the different size trays. So what I ended up coming up with is I also found some stickers with like that had numbers on them, and so here I just, hey, that's a new marshalling board. Since Doug came out with those clear ones, it was like all of a sudden, hey, I can do that too. So I just made these little number tokens here out of my old, out of the extra tray dividers, and they've done really well. I've really excited about them so far. I feel like it's just kind of nice. It just doesn't like here, like these guys are there, and it just doesn't really take away from having this is good, like having that's good and it's necessary, but it just kind of takes you away from like what's there. I can't really see that, but having this right here, you can still see even with the dudes on it. You can still see the convoy line running underneath it. So I really kind of like that. And then it's kind of the same thing here. The Germans up here, they're sitting on desert, but you can still see it's desert. So those are just a couple of the little add-ons that I've done in the meantime. But like I said, the big thing was my painted pieces here, and I'm going to do a separate video just kind of highlighting the Germans of my painted pieces. And I'll probably just do separate videos as I do them or as I get them complete. Like I said, I figured out, you can see from the extra copies that I had, I figured I had enough to do it, to start painting them and not have to break down my board, and then I could just swap them out. So I did that, but I would advise not to do that. That was just a complete pain trying to do that. So I'm probably just going to finish playing and then try to do it. Oh, and the other thing on this too. So I've made my own flight stands, and I really didn't change that concept up much, but I did take the opportunity, since I'm touching every piece, to repaint it. So I'm redoing the color coding on my units here. So get focused. So yeah, anyways, so you can see the color coding there. So I've started painting the tails of my planes, and I just felt like I was painting the nose cones, like here I was painting the tactical bombers, their noses white, but I just kind of felt like that was a little taken away. I didn't really like that after all, and so I started painting the tails different colors, and I changed my color scheme as well in this process. But the other thing, like I was showing, I put magnets. I've glued magnets on all my planes. So then that way and then I redid my flight stands here, and these actually, so it just kind of so happened that I had a finishing nail coming this way, and I was able to pull it out and then just put a normal Brad style, I guess it's Brad style, just a normal looking nail with a head on it, and then now that magnet just fits perfectly on there, and so did that. So I bought two different sizes of magnets off of eBay, and the other is a larger size magnet, and I'm gluing those into my tokens as I get to them. So in that way, see, the flight stand is stuck to that, or the fighter can be stuck to it too. So just kind of whatever floats your boat at the moment. So, or whatever it needs to be on. So I feel like this will be good. I'm going to remagnetize my carriers and remagnetize what's going on with my camera. I'm going to remagnetize my camera. Yeah, I'm going to remagnetize my carriers, and I'm also going to get some of these tokens as well while I'm out here. Not going to do all of them, but at first, but I'm going to try my thought process, and I've already done this with some of them, but I don't think I have them on my board yet. But I'm going to glue a washer to the bottom of my infantryman, and because I found a washer that fits perfectly inside that inner ridge, and then I'm going to drill all these infantry tokens, or then they'll snap onto there. So that's the other magnetization that I got going on as well. So a lot of little side projects that I'm working on with that, but I think I want to put those. I think I want to put all my customization down until I get this game finished. So, but I think that's it. I think that's everything I was wanting to show that I've done, and yeah, I'm just looking around the room real quick. I don't think I missed anything. So yeah, just another look. Like I said, this is the my new German color. While I was doing it, I mean, it's kind of a grayish brown, satin otter brown. So it's I really like the color, and you can kind of see some of the Shapeways pieces don't really like, they have less glare than the other pieces, but I mean even the out of box pieces, it brings out the detail of the out of box Axis and Allies pieces better than just normal, in my opinion. So I'm really excited about that, and yeah, I'm going to have a follow-up video, kind of go more in detail about that. So, well, until next time, be safe and remember to subscribe if you haven't already.